Thomas Ruskin is a former detective with the New York City Police. He joins us now. What's the importance of Interpol?
The importance of Interpol is imagine it as a police department that brings all the police departments from one country together. In this case, it's bringing all the police departments and all law enforcement agencies from many different police departments, 194 different countries together under one umbrella.
And one analyst broke it down this way. I want to get your thoughts on that. He said the U.S. won, Russia lost, and Interpol narrowly escaped disaster. Is that how you see it? And if so, why?
You see it that way because Interpol has a lot of impact on different police departments in different countries, as I said, 194 around the world. It's been in existence for 95 years, and they are very important in missing person cases, notices that go out alerting different countries of different threats, and wanted notices. So it's potentially something that Russia, had it been put as president of Interpol, could have used, as they have in other cases, to put wanted notices on political dissidents of their country. That's the threat that could have come out of this, that was averted by the South Korean person being named president.
Now, Russia isn't happy about this. They say this election, their candidate was a respected professional. They accuse critics of overly politicizing this vote. But you would push back against that.
The reason I push back is for the reasons I've stated, that basically if the Russian person had been the former minister who's very close to Putin, or rumored to be close to Putin, had been put in as president of Interpol, they could have used the system to abuse it, to potentially hold people who are just political dissidents, people who are not liked in Russia or not liked by the Russian government, and hold them in other countries on wanted notices. It's actually like an arrest warrant, where you have to clear that warrant before you extradite the person, but it's subject to abuse.
You know, Interpol has been featured in movies. Hollywood certainly glamorized it over the years. It's a place where the good guys go and fight crime together. But some say there are abuses, and you're kind of alluding to that. What does the new leader need to do to prevent those abuses, or is it impossible to do?
Well, it's not impossible to do. You have to basically maybe look at sanctions for countries that abuse it. As your reporter probably alluded to, there are many countries that have abused the Interpol wanted system and or notice system. That, if a country does that and is seen to do it repeatedly, then maybe sanctions and or removal from Interpol would be appropriate. But that's something that a new president would look at, and I'm sure study in this case.
What do you think, you know, you were in law enforcement, what would be some of the suggestions you'd give to the new leader to try and revive its reputation?
Well, it's the same thing that we had in the States after 9/11. You had to get the intelligence agencies to start working with each other. Same thing with the Interpol countries. You start getting them to work with each other. You have them understand what the rules are and what they have to basically play by. And if they don't play nice, then you remove them.
Interpol's former president, Meng Hongwei, was detained in China on corruption charges back in September. Kim had been serving as the interim head ever since. So can he hit the ground running? What do we know about him?
Well, he seems to be a very legitimate person who was a deputy. And as you alluded to, when the last president was brought up on charges and charged with corruption, he stepped into that position as acting president and is now president. So he knows the system. He is capable of making the changes. He's well respected in the law enforcement area and potentially could change Interpol for the betterment of the whole world.
Thomas Ruskin, hope you enjoy your holiday. Thanks for spending some time with us here this evening.
Thanks for having me.